Hello, welcome to this epic disaster. Thank you for joining us.
We're both here.
Phil Hartman's not here.
Unfortunately.
We're talking about Phil Hartman. I miss Phil Hartman. I saw a documentary about Phil Hartman. I miss Phil Hartman.
I miss Phil Hartman too.
I'm Troy McClure.
And he had so much more to offer. Like he was young. I
Yeah.
mean, young-ish.
Yeah.
He had so much more to offer.
And just so good at what he did.
Yes.
I miss him.
And somebody stole him from us.
I just need to drink it away. Drink away, Phil.
We're going to do that. You know how we're going to do that?
We got a beer. Oh, this is a very light beer.
Okay, so we do a live beer review on every podcast. And on this particular podcast, we are drinking something called Frost Proof. It is a Belgian-style white by Cigar City Brewing. And they are in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
This one is an ale brewed with coriander and orange peel. The little blurb on the back says, a full-flavored yet delicate beer boasting orange peel and coriander additions to a Belgian-style white base. Frost
Proof.
I almost said Frost
Proof.
Frost Proof.
It's a harder word
Than you would
combination to say than you would think.
Is
I
designed.
keep wanting to say frog and stuff like that.
Yeah. Designed with fresh air and outdoor adventures in mind. So it should be a very refreshing beer.
Hopefully.
Again, orange and coriander. I
And
like
it's
that.
it is an orange beer. It looks a little bit like orange juice, kind of.
But it shouldn't be hoppy because it's a Belgian-style white. It's not like a...
Interesting.
So, you know...
I'm Troy McClure. That's interesting tasting beer there.
The beer that you used to really like, the first, beer that wasn't a Coors Light that I got you to drink that you really liked
Yeah.
was Blue Moon, which is also a Belgian-style white.
And it might be my favorite beer of just like normal beer.
Yeah.
Now, I drink it all the time.
So if this is a Belgian-style white, I figured you'd like it, too.
Yeah, and you'll like it. It's pretty good.
Oh, that's going to go down
No,
easy.
that's what they used to say about you.
Fuck off. Wow.
You got me started on Stella.
Yeah.
That was might be the first beer I ever
Maybe.
had
That wasn't-
with you.
yeah,
because you were talking about Stella, and I don't know what Stella is, and then you brought me Stella's, and so I've been drinking because we have it at the gallery. We served Blue Moon and Stella's at the gallery, and then after the event, there's some left over.
Always.
And when I'm in my office, they find their way into my
your mouth.
Yeah.
That's what they used to say about you.
Hey, I'm Troy McClure. All right, let's play a little Would You Rather.
All right. Would you rather play, or would you talk about things that find their way into your mouth?
Let's see. Hold your hand straight, like this. Down on the thing there. Oops, it went the opposite direction.
Why did you do that?
I failed physics.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what physics does. All right.
Wow.
I thought it was going to go forward into your hand, but it went backward.
That's not how that
I'm
works.
so glad we weren't doing a video. That would have been really embarrassing. All right.
Nobody knows what we're talking
Toss.
about. I'm tossing. It's yellow, which is
Yellow.
random.
It's random. Would you rather, for 1 week in the heart of the Amazon, have a sufficient amount of food and water but no weapons?
Start over. I missed that first part.
Would you rather, for 1 week in the heart of the Amazon,
Okay.
have a sufficient amount of food and water but no weapons,
Ooh.
or have guns and ammunition but nothing else?
I'm going to go with the sufficient amount of food and water.
Okay.
Because then I can just build a shelter and stay put.
But if you have a gun, you could kill your own meat.
I'd rather not. Okay.
You have spoken.
Thank you. I have spoken. But yeah, because if you already have all the things you need to survive, the next thing you need is a shelter. And if you've got food and water, you have the energy to build a shelter.
What would you not eat? I know you don't eat meat. I don't eat meat. But if you're in the jungle and you have to live and thrive and survive, and you would probably eat some meat. What would you not eat? What meat would you not eat? Would you eat anaconda?
I've never had snake.
I mean, would you eat an anaconda? Not the whole thing, but I mean, if you're
I'd have to be really hungry.
yeah, if you're in the jungle and you have to kill something, would you kill an anaconda and eat it?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you kill a capybara and eat it?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
That's a rodent.
Yeah, but it's a big one.
A big, huge rodent.
Monkey. Would you eat a monkey?
Yeah, I mean, if I was hungry,
Yeah.
sure. Would you eat a gorilla?
No,
No?
because they're vegetarian. But how the hell am I going to kill a gorilla?
Silverback.
I'm sorry.
Like, come here, Silverback. Bam.
Yeah,
No, that's not how that works.
All right, purple. Drop the purple.
Is food and ingestion, which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Would you rather eat strawberries recently sprayed with insecticides
Oh, I do that all the time.
or eat fresh clams harvested from a polluted beach?
No, I'm not a clam dude.
Yes, you are.
I haven't eaten clams in I don't even know how long.
I love clams.
I do like strawberries though.
And
I'll go with the strawberries.
most of the strawberries you get at the store are sprayed with insecticides,
Yeah.
which is why you clean them.
Yeah,
But it does say recently sprayed.
yeah, that's
So-
okay.
All right, let's
I'll go with
just
that.
kill ourselves. Why
All right.
not? Okay,
Are we done?
strawberries.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was quick.
We did have a problem, a little issue this week I want to talk quickly about, and I want to thank a couple of listeners. Our good friend Patrick, Dog Crate, notified me on Thursday that the podcast was not posted, and which was weird because I posted it. And I just thought there was some issue with his distributor. So I went to our podcast group, company, whatever it is, distributor,
Yeah.
and checked. Everything said that it had posted Monday when it was supposed to. Looked good. Went back and I said, yeah, it's fine. Must be on your end. And then our friend Gary popped up and said, yep, I'm not getting it either. And I was like, uh-oh.
Something's wrong.
So I went to iTunes. I went to the Apple Podcast app. And it wasn't there.
What?
So I went back, checked again, and it showed that it was there. Everything had published, so I didn't know what the problem was. I went back to Facebook, and they were like, "Yep, it's there."
That's so weird.
I went to Apple Podcast. Look, it was there. It all of a sudden.
In the meantime, you had sent something to our.
No, I don't think I sent it until after that happened, and then I was just like, "What the heck is going on?"
Why did this happen? Why does it take 4 days?
Yeah. And then just me going in and looking at it, how did it suddenly post?
Yeah. That's interesting. Interesting and like I don't like it.
Some kind of little weird glitch. But anyway, so this week we posted, or last week I should say, we posted it, and everything posted fine.
Immediately.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was. But if I do want to thank the listeners who warned us, because we never would have known.
No, because we don't listen. I mean, I do listen, but I didn't listen to that one.
Yeah, well, then when I listen, sometimes I listen to an older one.
I tend to listen on our website, which is thisepicdisaster.com, and that's where I tend to listen. So if they don't get posted there, I'm not going to hear them.
Now, one thing that I will tell you, you told me this. It's not playing on the phone.
Right.
The iPhone won't play it. The new player, because we use Libsyn, and the new player, for some reason, is not playing on iPhone.
So I have to play it like through a browser on the website.
Or like subscribe and download, which I do.
Right.
So it will play through podcast where I get I do subscribe to our own podcast. But yeah, it won't play on. I don't know why
weird.
now.
So weird.
So maybe that's a glitch they'll fix. I need to figure that out. I kind of forgot about that one, but yeah, there are a little bit of issues. Maybe that's why no one listens anymore to our podcast.
Well, I think it's funny that only 2 people pointed it out. It wasn't there.
The only 2 listeners.
That's it. That's probably true.
Well, thanks to them for doing so.
I agree.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's all fixed, and hopefully
Good.
this won't be a problem.
We'll just have to keep an eye on it. We'll just have to check like Apple or something.
I did post one of our eating videos, our snack videos on YouTube.
The one from November.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. We didn't have to know when that took place, but anyway,
They know now
how old it is. But I did post that. I'm going to be posting the other one as soon as I can. I had a little bit of technical problems with that one. For some reason, the good sound wouldn't sync up correctly or whatever.
So weird.
And I had to post the sound that went through I think we recorded it on the iPad.
I think we did.
And it's not bad. It's fine, but
Yeah.
it's just not professional podcast sound.
Doesn't sound like we sound now.
I'm trying to clear it. Right. It doesn't. We don't have that.
No.
So, anyway, check that out. It's on YouTube. We might post it on Facebook later. I don't know, but you can only find it on YouTube.
This is a really good beer.
Well, don't tell people. They're not supposed to find out till it's all over.
Sorry.
All right. So, I'm kind of excited about this.
What? What you got?
All right. So, we used to do a thing on this show, and I say used to. I still want to do it. I just haven't done it for a while. And it was called, I don't remember what it was called. Thrift store something.
When we used to give each other presents?
Yeah, thrift store gift giving something. Thrift store gift.
That doesn't sound very, hip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what would happen is I would go and I would buy you gifts at the thrift store.
Right. I still have some of them.
Crazy novelty gifts, and I would come home and I would give them to you, and on the podcast.
I no longer have the clown. By the way,
it was fun. I stopped doing it because there was a time when you were just like, don't give me all this shit. I don't want to take it to my house.
Exactly. Where am I going to put it? I'm either going to re-gift it or it's just going to die.
Well, it's thrift store stuff. You could toss it away if you want to, but it's just fun.
It's a waste of money. I could just give it back to the thrift store, I suppose.
You can, and not only that, but the thrift store gets the money. It's not a waste of money. They use it for their charity purposes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we kind of quit doing it. I want to bring it back at some point. But anyway, I got you a gift.
What? Did you get it from a thrift store?
Not really. Okay. No.
Okay.
I got it. I got it from an antique store.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you know what my favorite thing to buy at antique stores is?
Antiques?
Scarves.
Well,
those old silk scarves.
This antique store actually had a really, really nice kilt. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so anyway, I'm not going to, I'll talk about that later, but, so it's kind of like, it's not a thrift store, it's an antique store. So,
understood.
What I got for you, it's obvious, it has been used before.
Well, clearly.
However.
Please tell me it's not a sex toy.
You can use it that way if you want. I'm not going to say anything about it if you do.
That's ridiculous.
It's totally up to you.
So it's phallic is what you're saying.
I don't know what kind of toys you use and how you use them. It's none of my business.
You're right.
But what I'm getting at is it's been used, but it's in fantastic, excellent condition.
All right, you've got me like dancing in my chair. What is it?
I know.
I want to know.
So should I give it to you now or toward the end of the show?
That's up to you. I'm patient enough that I could wait.
Yeah.
And we can just go on about our business, and then I will just continue to dance in my chair until you give it to me.
I'll go ahead and give it to you. But anyway, so I wasn't planning on buying you a gift.
I didn't think so.
So one of the things that you might know about me, other people might not, but I love, so antique stores are kind of where I go to, number one, sort of just relax.
Yeah.
Refresh
it's very
my
relaxing.
mind.
Yes.
And get inspiration.
Uh-huh.
So I take a notebook, I walk around, and I get ideas about art. I get ideas about things, just general. There's just so much stuff there. You just get hit from all different areas with ideas about things.
I was just going to say, it gives you so many ideas.
Yeah, and they're not the same thing, because it could be just an old record album. It could be a piece of furniture
or an old piece of jewelry.
They had a 8-foot clown.
Okay, I hope you did not buy me the 8-foot clown.
Made of like steel.
I would shoot you in the face.
I almost took a picture and sent it to you.
For nightmare purposes?
No, it was just awesome.
That's ridiculous.
In a weird way.
Yeah,
you know?
I can feel that.
But anyway, so I'm just walking around looking at so much stuff. And I saw this, and I was like, "Wait a minute! What the heck? Why is this in an antique store?" First of all, because it's not really an antique. I'm just gonna say it's not really an antique. It is older, but it's not an antique.
If you give me back something that was mine prior, I will get upset.
No.
Okay.
And so I was just like, "Wait a minute! What?" And I checked it out, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is." amazing. It's in great shape.
Okay. What is it? Give it to me.
Okay.
Killing me, Smalls. Killing me.
I put it in a box here.
I see it. It's in a shoebox.
It's in a box here.
So it's about the size of a Oh, it's heavy.
It's heavy. Heavy, man. It's heavy.
It's in a shoebox. Actually, it's a very nice shoebox.
It's a nice shoebox. There's no shoes in it.
Dang it.
I didn't get you shoes.
Okay, eyes are shut.
Mm-hmm.
Opening the box.
Mm-hmm.
Giving you the handle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You bought me a fucking camera?
No, just a regular camera.
What the hell?
Look how awesome it is.
Oh my God. Rick.
It's awesome.
What did you do?
It's a Nikon digital.
This is the same camera I used to have.
No. You had film. You've never had a digital camera.
You gave me one just like this.
No, I did not. The one that I gave you was a much different camera. Now, here's the thing. This is an entry-level camera. It's a D3100. Nikon D3100. They don't even make them anymore. They're older. They have graduated up to, it does more amazing things. However, so I looked on Amazon, brand new, and they do have a few of them still left over brand new. Brand new, $525.
Jesus Christ, Rick.
So reconditioned, you can get a reconditioned one for $300 and something. Now, I didn't pay that for it, but I'm just saying, I looked it up and down. I looked it over. I looked through it. I looked through the menu. I did all this stuff. It's in impeccable condition. Whoever had it kept it almost like new. The lens on it is a zoom lens, and that in itself is worth tons and tons of money. So here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff you're not going to be able to do with it. It's going to be limited to a certain extent, but it's a great entry-level camera. We were talking on the phone the other day, and you were talking about how you're really thinking about getting into photography. There's your camera to get in photography. You could start taking pictures. You got a zoom lens, and just go crazy. And then when you get to a point where you're really happy with what you're doing, graduate up, get a better camera, get a higher up camera. But that camera is nothing to sneeze at. Although you can sneeze at it if you want, but it's a good camera. It's in great condition. It's a great camera.
Sorry. Thank you.
So here's the other thing. So this is the lens that comes with this camera is a zoom lens, 18 by 55. You can go, it's 55, of course, is good for portraits, 18 good for landscape, long shots. I have a 55 to 200 lens that I'm not using that I can let you borrow that would fit this camera, and you could do like really close-up zooms with it. So there you go. Camera.
Wow.
It's awesome.
I can't. I'm.
Now it came with a digital card, a little SD card.
Yeah.
And I think you could only get 5 pictures on it.
Oh shit.
So I had an extra card that I put in it that now you could get several pictures, but I would suggest that you get a new card to put into it and go as high as you can. Either 32 gig. I think that might be your limit, 32 gig on that camera, but I would check. And then get on YouTube and look at all the videos of people using it. There's going to be a lot of information. You can find the manual online, and you can find things like older batteries and things like that for it. You can buy all that, and it's so cheap now because it's an older camera, but it's in such great shape that I just you can set up your own Instagram account and take crazy good pictures now. So there you go. And we both have cameras and we can go on photography safaris.
You asshole. I love this so much. I can't even tell you.
It's a great camera. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
I looked at it and I was amazed at how good I really expected it to be worse than it is, but it's not. It's good.
Thank you.
So there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we should point out for those who don't know, you majored in photography in college.
I did.
And you got rid of all your photographs. You got rid of all your photographic stuff. You got rid of your cameras just over time.
I still have some 35 millimeter cameras, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to find film.
Yes, and paper and a darkroom.
And you have an iPhone, which takes pictures, but that's not really the point. This can do some things, megapixels wise, your iPhone's probably a better camera than this, but this will allow you to do have more creative control over what you do, and it's just going to be a more fun camera. You can just specifically take that out and do stuff with it, and I think it's just going to be fun for you. I think you'll like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay, we have to move on, or else I'm just going to sit here and blub the whole time.
So there you go.
Thank you. Where's the lid? We need to put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it. Thank you. So.
What now? What do we do now?
I don't know. People are like.
Okay, so I'll read how about a news story?
Okay, let's do that and just move on.
I found a couple of news stories that I wanted to go over. Mostly, one of them. Well, this is it. All right, I gotta wear my glasses. But a 10-year-old boy from Singapore was diagnosed with PraderWills Syndrome.
I don't know what that is.
It's a complex genetic condition that makes him feel hungry no matter how much he eats. I have that!
No, you can die from that.
I have it. I will eat like a hog, and then I still want to eat more.
Did you ever see the movie Seven?
Yes.
Okay, the gluttony.
Gluttony, yes.
And they just keep making him eat and eat and eat, and he finally blows up.
Okay, I sort of know.
If you have that, it could happen.
Did he have the syndrome, Prader-Wills syndrome?
No,
but he was being forced to.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. But this kid, it's a rare disease, and what do they do? Do you have to like watch him and not let him eat?
Yes, and it has to be controlled, and there's medication that can control it. But at the same time, prior to that, what did people do?
Yeah, I know. It says his family goes to great lengths to control his weight, going so far as to lock the kitchen door to make sure he doesn't overeat. Yeah. They set up a very specific eating schedule so he knows exactly when it's time for a meal and when he'll get a snack.
And how old is he?
10.
And he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life.
It says the good news is, as long as his weight remains under control, his life expectancy and quality of life should be the same as a normal person. He is a normal person.
He is a normal person.
There's
nothing wrong with him.
It just happens.
He just happens to have this disorder.
The problem is he'll have to deal with his constant compulsion to eat, like me, for the rest of his life. And he probably won't have family to look after him forever. So he'll have to learn to control himself, which is something I still haven't learned.
And again, for people that actually have a disorder or a medical condition like this one, there is medication, I believe, that can help him with his appetite, like anything.
Although there is currently no cure for Prader-Wills syndrome, therapies can help reduce symptoms by focusing on the hormone and developmental deficiencies associated with the rare condition. They don't say that there's medications, but there is some things that can be worked on.
Maybe it's just cognitive therapy.
So there you go.
That's super interesting.
Do you want another one? Should I do another one?
Sure.
One more?
Yeah, that was short.
This will scare the shit out. Just scare the crap out. I got to stop saying shit on the air.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like little kids and Christians don't listen to the podcast
because you say shit.
Because I say shit. And I'm trying to get everybody. I'm trying to get as much of the audience as we can.
Okay.
So I got to stop saying shit like that.
Because there are 7 words out of the 400,000 that are bad.
All right.
George Carlin.
Listen to this.
I'm listening.
Listen.
I'm listening.
This will scare you.
I don't want to be scared.
Scare the shit out of you.
She just said shit again.
In what may be one of the creepiest stories, a young man was arrested for stalking a New Hampshire woman, hiding in her attic and filming her while she slept.
Wow. That doesn't scare me. I don't have an attic.
He's a 20-year-old man from Philadelphia. So she apparently was on OnlyFans.
Is that a website?
Yeah, it's you don't know what that is?
I'm so out of it now.
Okay, so OnlyFans is a website for people, and I think it was started mostly for people who either do erotic things to porn.
So
softcore,
runs
hardcore.
The gamut. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's for models who do nude modeling and stuff and want to show their pictures. But there's nowhere to do it because Instagram won't let you put them on.
Right.
You can't do it on. So it's
I see. Okay.
It was a way for them to kind of show, to get their fans to come and see their stuff. So I think it was mostly like geared towards adult content, but it's not specifically for that.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of like Patreon.
Did it start after Tumblr left the world?
I think so, yeah.
They needed a place to do it?
Yeah, it's like Patreon, but can be more adult.
Okay.
So anyway, this person, this woman, this had OnlyFans account. This guy was one of her fans. Mm-hmm. Saw her. He became obsessed with her.
That happens.
So he decided he was going to go find her. And he somehow got a copy of her key to her house.
Oh, no.
He made a copy. He went into her attic, and he lived in her attic. And at night, when she was sleeping, he would come down and film her.
What the fuck?
Can you believe that?
I don't want to believe that. But I will tell you what's funny that you bring that up today. Today, I found an article about the creepiest people have ever met.
Yeah.
And the fact that they don't ever want to meet them again. And I read some shit.
Uh-huh.
Like there are apartment complexes that have adjoining crawl spaces.
Oh, yeah.
Either above or below.
Yes.
And people just walk into your house.
Mm-hmm.
There were stories about like kids that were just about kidnapped and they remember it, and then their mom was suddenly right there and grabbed them. There were stories about like guys that were like, why don't it's out in the rain, your car's broke down, why don't you come to the house, I'll feed you some tea or whatever, and they didn't do it because they're not stupid.
Yeah.
Even though there were no red flags, they didn't do it. But then they saw their picture on the news like the next day or the next week, and they had abducted a woman who was broken down on the side of the road.
Oh.
I mean, could you imagine
No.
how close every one of us comes every day?
Well, you never know.
You never know.
Nope.
You never know.
I remember seeing stories like on the ID channel where this guy killed someone and they were trying to figure out why, and they couldn't figure out why. And then when they finally caught him and they interviewed him, he was just like, I was driving by the house and I saw her standing out there. Mm-hmm. There was no reason. I wasn't connected with her. I just saw her and it's like, oh, I want to kill someone. And that was it. And that could be you.
And why would you think it was this person? Because they have absolutely no ties.
That's why, like,
it's a random killing.
Last month, when I was talking about getting a gun, that's why. Because you just never know when some idiot you're going to target you, and you got to have protection. I can't strangle them.
Speaking of which, I will talk to you off this podcast, but we have a thing to set up to go to the range.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to have a little fun here.
Well, now it's fun time.
This is going to be kind of fun for you and me, maybe not so much for the people at home. I want you to...
I'm not taking my shirt off.
I want you to think about the stalker that was hiding in her attic. I want you to think about him. And think about what he looks like. 20-year-old guy, by the way. So, it's a young guy.
Oh, so okay, now you're giving me the age.
Well,
right.
he was young, 20. I want you to describe him to me. Anything works. I just want you to tell me what you think he looks like.
You know what popped into my head?
No.
And this could be because we were talking earlier. I think he looks like Ricky Schroeder.
Okay.
I think he looks like he's unkempt.
Okay.
He has a beard that he doesn't take care of.
Okay.
He's hairy.
Fat, skinny.
He's probably
chubby?
thin. He's probably
Beefy,
thinner.
like football.
No.
Big guy?
No, you can't live in somebody's attic and be big and them not hear you.
Okay.
He's probably a thinner guy.
If you're gonna pick a celebrity, who would it be? Like Jack Black?
Well,
would it be Jack Black up there?
I did say Ricky Schroeder,
Oh.
but he's not a celebrity.
He was. I mean, he would count as a celebrity, I
suppose. I would pick. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Oh well, it doesn't matter because I won't remember the name. But just kind of scruffy. Maybe unkempt, like I said. But I have a feeling that this guy in her attic, when she would leave the house, he might use her shower.
Okay.
So he's not totally unkempt.
Okay.
Because if he's living in the house, he has access to get to clean things.
All right. I'm going to show you the guy.
If you show me, I don't want to know. I don't really want to see.
You do want to see. I'm going to show you.
Okay. Pretty much the exact opposite of what I described.
This is like, dude, what?
So he's a short Asian man.
A very short, looks like he's 14.
He does. He looks like a kid.
He's a little kid.
He's just a little kid.
Oh my gosh.
He's got kind of longish, straight black hair.
That's not what I expected at all.
No. I can't believe they put his picture. Don't say his name just because we don't
Well,
want
he's 20. He's legal, so you could do that.
Yeah, but
you could
we
put his
don't
name up
really
there.
want to throw that out there.
I would just say look up the story, the guy that lives in, and look what he looks like. A poor guy.
I mean,
Just starting his life, and now he has that over his head for the rest of his life.
now he has to register as a sex offender, probably.
I think so. Yeah, I think he would. Yeah, probably.
Did he spend any time in jail? Do we know?
He got arrested, so
Likely, very likely. I'm sure she pressed charges because, I would have.
he was charged with 4 felony counts of burglary, but no other charges. He was released from jail after posting $2,500 cash bail, and was made to wear a tracking bracelet, which kept going off in the girl's attic. By the way,
I bet it did.
he's in the house.
So here's the thing: is there was recently something I
He
read.
can't go back to New Hampshire, so
Oh, so he's out of the state. They banned him from the
that's
state.
right. Yeah.
So I read a thing about this is scary and gross, but I read a thing about a school teacher who had put cameras in the bathrooms.
Oh.
And he was actually charged with a very specific, and I don't know if that state has this law, but he was charged with unlawful surveillance.
Yeah.
Which is, it comes with a lot of time.
Did you see that video of the teacher popping the kid?
Oh, I would, if I were one of the women that were right there watching it happen.
I think someone said something because he turned around and said something to him.
She was pointing. You couldn't see
Yeah.
it because as soon as she pointed, he got in the way of the camera. But she's like, "Get the."
Yeah.
She probably's like, "Get the
Yeah.
hell out of the way."
Well, I watched it and I thought he's going to slap the kid. No, he punches. He punches that kid in the
kid's
face.
head hits the wall.
Yeah, with his fist, he just pops him, and then he storms
continues.
off. Yeah,
And then as soon as the person comes out and was like, "Get the hell away
he
from
got
that kid."
arrested.
I hope so.
Yeah, but he quickly retired. I don't know if you read that.
The thing that pisses me off, that's the thing that pisses me off, is
Yeah.
that the school district said you're allowed to just retire.
But they won't, because he got arrested, and it's gonna, now that this is national. It's the one thing that kind of gripes me the most about all these when they're trying to cover up. We do not live in an age where you could cover up a lot of stuff.
Not when there's cameras.
You cannot invade a country anymore.
And cover it up.
You can't.
Nope.
It's going to be revealed.
Yep.
Your plans are going to be foiled.
Exactly.
And that's what we live in a day when there's surveillance, there's information available. You can't hide things anymore. For good or for bad, it is going to be the future, and that's going to get more and more common. So
pretty soon it's going to be Minority Report.
well, pretty soon, there will be just cameras in your house. You can't do anything.
You have to have cameras.
So
it's required.
we are wanting to get a camera to aim inside our house to film
yourselves
our dogs
doing your
Because
duty.
The dog, like in the middle of the day, goes crazy and rips up everything in the house,
And
we
you
don't
want to
know-
see what's happening.
We don't
Yeah.
know why. We don't know which dog is doing it, and so we want to put up a camera and we want to watch and see. But at some point, and it happens now anyway, some hacker can get into the camera.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to see me in my underwear. Now, no one wants to see that,
No.
but it'll be available.
But it's called IoT, the Internet of Things.
If you do want to see it, I'll send it to you. Just saying
Or
that.
I can because I have video of it. You didn't know I put a nanny cam in your bedroom.
But that happens all the time.
All the time.
Jeez.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
Why would you want? Oh.
I mean, you're meeting somebody for the first date or whatever, and whatever,
First time.
hide a
Let's just
camera
say
in there.
first time you have somebody in your house and you've gotten to know them just a little bit, and it's like, oh, come to my house for dinner.
yeah.
You go to the restroom.
Yep.
They plant a camera.
Yep. I mean, my wife, we met, and
Say it.
let's see, first day we met, I stayed over at her house.
Yep.
Well, we had already kind of knew each other online, and we communicated a lot. But then we met in person for the first time, and we liked each other, and we hit it off.
Do you know
and
what's
we
funny?
spent the day together.
What's funny
And
is
then we spent the night together.
when you and I first met, we met
I'll
online.
tell you, though, I will tell you something.
What?
We did not have sex.
Yeah. You learned that lesson from me.
No, I don't do it. I just don't on the first date. I don't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was a different situation.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
It was. This was totally different. But so yeah, and then she came like the next night or 2 nights or 3 nights, she came to my house and stayed the night. She knew nothing about me.
But she came to your home.
She came to my home. I could have, number one, I could have killed her.
Yep.
I didn't. I chose not to.
That's good. That's a good idea.
But I could have hidden a camera and just made a tape of everything that happened, or broadcast it live.
Yeah, you could
to
have.
my many, many, many fans.
Snuff film.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have done it.
Well, that snuff film is kind of different. That's when you
said you could have killed her.
you kill her and filmed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'd want to do that because it's set me up for prison immediately.
Immediately, yes.
I can't say I didn't do it, but anyway. So yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
There's some trust there that has to be built, but at some point you just have to trust.
I think so, but that will go away. I mean, we trust based on the past, which it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But if it's something that happens all the time, trust will really go away. No one's going to want to do that, or I don't know what in the future will happen.
I don't know.
There'll be contracts or something.
Yeah, and then if you start dating someone, then they're working the long con,
You saw the video. I don't know what the long con is. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. The long con is when they get to know you.
Yeah.
They make you love them.
Oh, okay.
And then they screw you over.
Oh, so it's all planned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just faking it the entire. And it's probably doing it to 2-3 people at a time.
Oh man, I got to tell you, this is going off on a tangent. Are we through talking? I want to talk about something else.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I saw a documentary, and I can't remember the name of it. It's on Netflix, and I can't remember the name, but you can look it up. The documentary is about this retirement community in Florida. It's the largest retirement community, I think, in the world. They have 100 and something thousand residents.
Jeez, Louise.
It's like a city.
Yeah.
But
how fun would that be when you're retirement age? You'd be like, yeah.
It would be torture. I told my wife, I was like, please don't ever, we cannot go there. It's just,
but you get to golf and you get to
all the things I hate.
You hate,
yes.
yeah.
But what's really funny is they show this, and there's, it's not really a spoiler, but I'm going to say some stuff that if you don't want to know, don't listen. Okay. So in that documentary, they show like these 2 or 3 dudes that are in their 80s, but they have not progressed from the time they were 21.
In high school or
not at all.
Yeah.
They're just frat boys.
Right.
And there's one guy in a van who is not a part of the retirement community, and he says I'm looking for a rich woman who will take care of me for the rest of my life.
So am I. I mean, honestly.
And he parks his van in the parking lot and sleeps in his van, and then in the day he gets up and tries to meet these women. And he is nothing but he is. You watch the
Why
documentary.
is he allowed in there?
Hey, no one knows. There are a couple people run him off, and he comes back. But he is just this irresponsible frat boy, and he has not progressed since then.
You could really call me an irresponsible frat boy who's looking for a rich woman to take care of me for the rest of her life.
Well, I mean, if you find anybody who'll take care of you, rich man, rich woman, whatever, that's great. That's nice. It's fun. But I'm just saying that's his goal. That's all he wants.
That's his life goal. Like, that's all he's doing.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm not that age, so I don't know what the value system is at that age. I don't know what you're looking for. If you're a woman, you want companionship. If you have lots of money, maybe it's it's worth paying. If this is it, but this guy's a slime ball. Why would you want him in your life? There's got to be more quality people.
He clearly doesn't have a job.
He does not have a job. Well, no one has a job in their 80s.
Why not?
I just don't think it happens.
But he's sleeping in a van, living on what? Social Security?
Probably, yes. I have no idea what his life is or anything like that. But he goes on these dates and he tries to meet. He goes to church and pretends like he's a believer so he can meet.
And he's
women.
not.
He's not. He'll tell you he's not.
Wow.
He's a con man, and he really lets you know it throughout the whole thing. But it's just like, I don't know what the value is of this guy so that someone would allow him into their life. If you're a rich woman, I know companionship, especially at that age, is very important. You don't want to spend the rest of your life alone. But is it worth spending your money on a con man? I mean, I just feel like that there's more quality people out there. But it just seemed like to me, and I don't know if this was probably the editor's choice, but every old guy they showed was just like no good.
Oh, no.
It's just like he has not progressed.
Were they all single?
A lot of them have been in situations like there was a one woman who I think she and her husband had wanted to move there, and she moved there with her husband, and just like within a few months or whatever, he died and left her there. And she didn't really, her family was back in Massachusetts, so she's in Florida and not really enjoying it, not having a good time. She doesn't like it there.
She's not going to embrace that lifestyle.
But she can't go back. So it kind of shows her trying to meet up with some people and
at least make friends.
All of the dudes are just slime balls.
That's
old men slime balls.
ridiculous.
They're all still
Then
just trying to get a little bit.
What she needs to do is she needs to go to the local grocery store and start talking to the young guys.
Well, she meets some dude, and all he wants to do is make her drink margaritas. That's the whole thing. He wants to be a party guy.
I don't get. Okay.
It's amazing.
I hope I'm never 80.
I feel like that it was kind of
single.
It was a little bit partial. I think it made all the guys look bad and the women look good, and I know that was funny, and that was kind of the direction they wanted to go. I know there has to be some quality men there.
There have to be. If it's a hundreds of thousands,
there's nice men who are widowers that would like to meet a nice woman.
Yeah, but they're not the ones out partying.
I'll be one of those one day.
You won't. Your wife will be a widow looking for a nice man. All right, we need to end this podcast. I had some things to talk about, but we're going to save it for next week.
Oh, we got plenty to talk about next week.
Yeah, because we went off on some serious tangents today.
Not too much. We did what we thought. We did what we planned.
All right.
Should we talk about the beer? No, let's talk about our favorite. Do we have a best of? Do you have a best of?
I do, kind of.
Best of? I do.
Kind of.
Should I start?
Yes, please. Let me think about it.
So I'm going to do my best of. I'm going to. So the antique place where I bought your gift is one of my favorite antique places. It's just down the street. It's called Kudzu. If you're in Atlanta, the Atlanta area, go to Kudzu. And I think there might be 2, possibly 3 locations of this. But I go to the one in Decatur, and it is awesome. It's one of my favorite ones. So
I have never been antiquing since I've moved to Georgia.
Oh, that's crazy.
You and I used to actually come to Georgia for antiquing purposes.
North Georgia.
Georgia.
There's some good antique stuff up there, but there's some really cool ones here. And Kudzu is one of the first. It's one of my favorites. So
all right, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go together.
Kudzu's great. But yeah, there is a section. So there is a if we go, I'll show you. But there's a place where I think it's the same dealer has one section of vintage, that's the word.
Okay.
Vintage clothes
for
men.
Oh, no.
And then another one with vintage clothes for women.
No.
And you can get and see some of the coolest stuff. Jackets, shirts, everything. There's one whole thing of all tartan shirts. They're really, really cool. But that's the place that right in front of their booth, they have a little, it's not a mannequin, but whatever, with a kilt. It's got a kilt. It's got a little wool sweater and a jacket. It's really cool. I think it's an Anderson kilt. I can't remember, but I think it is.
Well, we'll have to go check it out, and then
I
we can
wanted to
talk
see the
about
size. It was really cool. But yeah.
Don't you have enough?
No. But that's my favorite. So I'm and I go there, I don't know, not once a week, but maybe once every 2 weeks.
And you've never invited me to come?
You're never here. We're doing a podcast and then you leave. So
I can drive to Tucker for other reasons.
Yeah, except you go, I don't want to leave the house. Okay. You say exactly like that. You do it exactly like that.
No, that's not my voice.
Anyway, Kudzu.
Okay.
That's my best of the week. even
I will
though
check it
it's
out.
more than a weekly thing. But,
Yeah. My best of is, and this is going to be a little abstract,
Okay.
but my best of is, so I'm going through one of those phases where I sleep on the couch
Right.
instead of sleeping in my bedroom.
Okay.
And it's partly because I want somebody to cuddle with,
Okay.
and the person I'm cuddling with
Is not a person.
is my dog.
Yeah. Well, can your dog go to your bedroom?
I really would prefer her not get used to the bedroom.
Okay.
And because
Because if you ever happen to get someone bonking in there, you don't want the dog.
I don't want her to feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if I ever happen to get another cat,
Yeah.
that would be her or his safe space.
I'm a grown adult and I just said bonking.
You did because you're 12
Yep.
in your head. But yeah, so I've been sleeping on the couch with the dog just for that comfort. And I was using don't feel bad for me and don't weird out, but I was using like her blankets to sleep. And one day I was just like, I have 2 comforters. I'm going to just go grab one. So the last 2 nights I have slept on the couch and I've used my own comforter, which she's not allowed to chew through. She's not allowed to lay on. She's not allowed to do anything except for when we're on the couch together. Best sleep of my life. It's so weird.
Bring your bed in there. Just stay in there.
I guess. I don't know. But then when I do have somebody over to bonk, I'll have to move the bed back.
Oh, the bed will stay in there for a long time then. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh. I mean,
All
you're
right.
right, but yeah.
Okay, that's the best of
Let's talk about the beer.
the week. We'll talk about the beer. First of all, let me just say really quick, we do appreciate you for listening to the podcast. We've been having some, I don't know if I haven't told you, but our numbers are getting a little better.
Wow.
I don't know why. I think
People might be going back to work.
could be, and they're listening to podcasts more, but whatever's happening, thank you.
It's happening.
So you mentioned something this week about who's listening to your podcast.
Yep.
It's like people started saying, I'm listening. I was like, holy crap, I didn't know that they were listening to the
I
podcast.
didn't either.
So that was kind of cool.
People are like, oh, yeah, I just listened to a couple episodes in the
Yeah.
bathtub. I'm like,
We don't know that stuff.
who are you? Why don't you talk to us?
Yeah, we don't ever know. But thank you we love it.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. And please say hi to us. thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. You can say hello and
be
just
done
tell
with
us,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could tell us what you think. Or you could say, hey, I want some stickers. Send me some stickers and I'll do that.
We have several.
We're also on Facebook. You can hang out with us on Facebook. We're on Twitter. I've been tweeting. So we have an active Twitter account.
Once again.
Instagram, we try to
get there.
post stuff
We'll
on
get there.
Instagram.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And the shows are always on YouTube, but we prefer you subscribe. So go to a place wherever you can get podcasts, subscribe so it will come directly to your podcast listening device.
Please.
And then leave us some ratings because we love that.
We do. We really do. I tried to get an old friend of mine to listen.
How old?
She's not old, but
Oh.
We've known each other for a very long time. Let me put it that way. And her response was, sounds like talk radio.
Yeah, it is.
I don't really like talk radio.
Oh, well then screw you. Don't listen to the podcast.
No, what I said was, that's fine.
Well,
If you don't like it, let us know, because we need to know what it is we could do better. We need to know what it is, whatever. But if it's just not your cup of tea, we understand that too. At least give it a chance.
Well, talk radio was the model way back when we were doing Life to Kill podcast when we first started. I was like, we want to do talk radio as the model.
Yes.
And so I listened to some podcasts that were like that, and that's the kind of.
I mean, this is what we like.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for us.
Yeah.
Not everybody does it,
Again,
but that's what we do.
Not your cup of tea. Thank you for trying it. Let us know.
Yeah.
At least you did try it. So the thing we tried today was this beer called, I'm going to say it right this time, Frost Proof.
Frostproof.
It is a Belgian-style white, a full-flavored yet delicate beer boasting orange peel and coriander additions to a Belgian-style white. It's designed with fresh air and outdoor adventures in mind, which we're not outdoor or in fresh air, by the way, right now. This has 6% alcohol by volume.
I feel it.
I can tell. I feel it too. It's by Cigar City Brewing, and I love a Belgian. Not like an actual Belgian.
Really?
I wish. I love a Belgian style white. And honestly, you've drank more than mine.
Yeah,
but
mine's
that's
gone.
because I had another cocktail sitting here as well. So I finished that. But I will finish this, and this is something I might pick up just for myself.
Yeah, kinda
even
cool.
though, yeah,
Got it at the Krog.
yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4.
4? That's cool. I'm giving it a 3.5. So we're kind of in the same area. It's a good beer. I like it. Not too heavy. Flavor doesn't knock me down. It's kind of friendly.
And it's not
I don't know
too
what friendly means.
It's not too citrusy.
Yeah, not at all.
There is citrus in it.
Yeah.
And you can taste it.
Right.
And the coriander isn't overwhelming. It's just, subtle and light. I like it.
Cool. All right, we did a podcast. It's done.
It's over.
Gone. It's over and done.
Email us at this epic disaster.
Do that. But this time spell it correctly. thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. And we will be very happy to respond back.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, we'll see you next Monday.
Thank you.
The same time channel. And if it doesn't post,
Let us know.
let us know.
Immediately.
Thank you.
Good-
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.